Do you want to know the best methods to level up in early game? You are in the right place. I've spent dozens of hours finding and optimizing these farming methods so that ultimately I can present you with the fastest and most efficient ways without wasting your precious time. Following these methods will let you earn tons of Lacrima to level up fast, an immense amount of gold, and good gear as well, so you can be overpowered as early as possible. Like for example, the Hindmark Cave spot, which is the earliest spot that a player can access in the game and provides a decent amount of Lacrima, gold, and starter gear. This straightforward method will require farming 2 soldiers near a checkpoint. Since this is the earliest spot that we can access, I will not be requiring any farming builds. Heading straight to the actual method and you will never miss this location as this is part of the main story. The method is pretty straightforward and starts by following the cave path near the Blade Nexus. Not far from your location, you will be seeing 2 soldiers who are guarding the area. Approach the soldier wielding a sword and shield and hit him with a running attack. Start charging your potent blow and most of the time, this soldier will attack you and you will be hitting his shield, staggering him in the process. When the soldier staggers, simply end his life by pulling off a brutal strike. This will instantly kill the soldier, and after that, hit the archer with the normal attacks until he falls off the cliff. Go back to the Blade Nexus to respawn the 2 soldiers and rinse and repeat. Each run takes about 27 to 30 seconds and provides you with 302 gold and 240 Lacrima per run. Doing a consistent farming session for an hour provides you with 36k gold and 28,800 Lacrima. It may not look much, but since this is your first farming spot and your level is so low, trust me, it will make a difference. Not only you will be gaining quick levels, but you will also get low level gear for more stats. Just in case you are wondering if fighting the stronger enemy located near the farming spot is worth it, I suggest keeping this guy even though he is worth around 400 Lacrima. Fighting this guy will require you a lot of time, especially if you just started the game. Only fight this guy if you are confident in your skill, but if not, sticking to the 2 soldiers will net you more Lacrima gains per minute. The second farming spot is actually the first farming spot in Mission 1 and is located not far from the previous spot. This method will require you to kill a distracted Yeti and clear the enemy soldiers around it. I will also not be requiring any builds in this setup since this is considered very early in the game. But for this method to work, you need to unlock the shortcut first by kicking the cart down and using it as a shortcut. Once again, you will never miss this location as it is part of the story. Just in case you want to access this farming spot later on, for some reason, just access Mount Hindmark and head through the Yeti's domain checkpoint. To start the actual run, notice that there's a Yeti near your location. Approach and follow the Yeti slowly and be careful to not get its attention, since we will distract it with a group of soldiers in the following area. Once it reaches the next area, it will start attacking the soldiers, and the soldiers on the other hand will also be attacked by the Yeti. Charge multiple potent blows to quickly stagger the Yeti, and once it is staggered, quickly pull off a brutal strike. After beating the Yeti, clear the 3 soldiers in the area with potent blows as well, and they will all go down easily. Head back to the Blade Nexus to respawn the key enemies in this run. Surprisingly, even though this method looks chaotic, it only requires 50 to 56 seconds per run, making it a very ideal farming method in the early game. You will be getting 864 gold and 720 Lacrima on each run, and if you do this method consistently in an hour, you will be getting 55k gold and 46k Lacrima, which is a lot for someone who just started the game, while also getting more gear as well to improve your current ones. Moving on to the top 4 spot, which is the Storm Pass Phantom farming method, which will require you to beat a low-level Phantom boss in Storm Pass. This will be available after completing Mission 2 and can be accessed anytime in your teleportation stone. Again, no specific build is required for this method since you are just in the process of building your arsenal. To start the actual run, head to the location and challenge the boss by heading into the arena. You will be facing Keshta the Unyielding, and he is going to be your first equipable ghost in this game. If you reach this stage, you've already beaten the Blade Phantom and they have similar movesets. Keshta on the other hand has low HP and will go down easy compared to Blade Phantom. Consider it a mini boss. Stick to the basics and you will do fine, ending the fight in 2 minutes or so. Beating Keshta will give you 1,488 gold and 4,320 Lacrima, and that's a lot, especially for starters. so you will be leveling up almost in every other fight. I will not be providing an hourly gain for this one as clear times vary heavily and depends on your skill level. But maybe you are wondering, hey Samurai, why do you include this in your top farming spot if clear times vary? Part of the reason is that beating Keshta provides a decent amount of Lacrima per run, justifying every minute that you will be spending in this method. But the main reason is, beating Keshta over and over will let you gain the Soul Eater set, which is a huge leap compared to your current gear, and it can last for a while until you get your next decent set. The set's lifesteal capabilities can be a lifesaver when progressing through areas when beating low level enemies aside from its fat early game stats. My fastest clear time for having a high level character is around a minute. But as mentioned, don't stress out for the clear times and focus on completing the Soul Eater set. At this point, you have also unlocked the Lacrima extraction feature where you can exchange your unwanted gears for more Lacrima, which adds to your total Lacrima gains per run. Talk to Oksana in the crevice to access this feature. The Forgotten Temple farming method requires the player to backstab and kill a high-level dragonkin over and over for high-level gear and lots of Lacrima. These methods can be accessed after progressing in Mission 3, Embar's Ruins, just right before fighting the major boss in the area. Once again, start with whatever you have in terms of gear. By this time, you will have decent gear, especially if you farm the gear available in the previous method. Now, maybe you are using a different weapon, but just in case you are a greatsword user like me, prioritize the following skills. Pay attention to this as we will be using the same skill tree in the next method. Unlock Savage Momentum so you can charge swift attacks, and Overwhelm for an increase of greatsword charging speed and damage. Next is Mortal Blow so you can do heavy potent blow follow-ups, and also unlock Manifest Powers to increase the range of the charged potent blows. Unlock Spirit Boost and make sure you increase Phantom's Night Veil to level 3 since we will be using this skill a lot, especially when doing the top best method in this guide. Indomitable is an option as well, but Heavy Pressure is an absolute must for even faster charge time. In the Common tab, make sure to unlock the Berserk Spirit to increase your spirit gains when attacking enemies. If you're not a greatsword user, you can simply follow the general farming stats from this guide and adapt it with spear and dual wield skill tree builds. After setting up the build, start the actual run by doing a 180-degree turn. Follow the corridor and notice that there's a large dragonkin who is guarding the area. Slowly approach by slowly walking towards it so we can pull off a sneak brutal attack. Quickly follow up with the Helmbreaker and a charge swift attack to perform 2 violent swings. Then follow up with a charged mortal blow and finish the fight with another charged swift attack. After beating the dragonkin, head back to the Blade Nexus to respawn the target. Each run lasts around 30 seconds and nets you 726 gold and 1104 Lacrima, and this monster also drops good gears that you can sell, averaging 1 drop per run. Since the price of the equipment fluctuates, I decided to just get the average. If you farm consistently in an hour, you are expecting 87k gold and 167k Lacrima, which is a lot. A side note is, you can use this method to upgrade your current gear, just in case they are outdated. The top 2 spot is in Frog Village, Mission 4, where you will be hunting Lesser Dragonkin to get an awesome set and gains lots of Lacrima in the process. Again, you will not miss this as this is part of the main scenario, and our starting Blade Nexus is located in Village Docks. And again, no changes were made in our farming build. The actual run is pretty straightforward. Do a 180-degree turn and there's a Lesser Dragonkin Archer and a Warrior near your location. Beat the Archer with a Helmbreaker and dodge backward. Run towards the next Dragonkin and do another Helmbreaker following up with a charged swift attack. Get the possible loot and head back to the Blade Nexus to reset the run. The good thing about this run is its speedy clears, which usually takes around 18 to 20 seconds. Each run provides you with 522 gold and 669 Lacrima and drops gear for more income. If you do this method in an hour, you are expecting 93k gold and a whopping 156k Lacrima. Aside from the great income per hour, you will also have the chance to complete the Forgotten Hero set, which provides fat raw defense stats. If you are getting value out of this video so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comment helps me a lot, and I appreciate your support. I firmly believe that the absolute best early game farming spot is the Storm Pass Ice Canyon spot. This method will require you to deal with soldiers in an optimized farming route. And yes, this method can be accessed right away in Mission 2, which is very early in the game. Once again, you will not miss this spot since this is part of the main story. I suggest trying this method after beating the boss in chapter 2 so your runs will be faster since you gain levels organically and you have more skill points to burn if you just started the game. My character in this recording is around level 31, but this method is doable even at low levels. We'll be using the same greatsword build that we used in one of our previous methods and just equip any damage boosting equipment that you might have. Starting from Blade Nexus, climb the ladder near you, and this is the most boring part of the run. Make sure you sprint so Khazan will speed up climbing the ladder. After climbing the ladder, head to your right and notice that there's a high level soldier with a halberd equipped. Surprise this guy with a fully charged Phantom Night Veil, followed up with a charged Swift Attack, a charged Mortal Blow, and finish the enemy with another fully charged Mortal Blow. In most cases, this is enough to clear the enemy. Pick the loot and follow the cliff, and it will lead you to a cave. Inside the cave, there are two soldiers camping. Beat the first one who's on the floor by pulling a Helmbreaker attack. Then continue the combo with a charged Swift Attack and finish the run with a Mortal Blow. Get the spoils and head outside the cave. Jump to the nearby cliff and touch the Blade Nexus to respawn the enemies, rinse and repeat. Each run can be completed in around 45 seconds even when having a low level character and low quality gear. You will be getting 1,428 gold and 2,708 Lacrima. Additionally, you will get 2 pieces of Volk armor gear because of its good drop rate. Doing this in a consistent hour of farming, you will be getting 114k of gold and a whopping 216k Lacrima for just killing enemies alone, which is pretty insane. Don't forget that you do have lots of Volk armor pieces to burn. I calculated the average gains per hour, and roughly you will be getting 55k from Lacrima extraction alone. So in total, your Lacrima gains are around 272k to 300k plus, which is totally insane. If you are going to run with a much stronger character, it could potentially net you even more. Truly the best spots in the entire early game, but if you are an advanced player and looking for a better spots around mid game, or you want to know if the deluxe edition is worth getting, click on these videos and I will catch you on the next one.